Hi, welcome to Juice Bar. Today we're gonna mix a right hand and a left hand. So right hand and left hand are, I guess, modern classic. They were created at Milk and Honey by Sam Ross a few years ago. They are extremely simple variations on a Boulevardier served straight up instead of on the rocks. And they're so simple, I was like, should I even propose them on the channel? They are not very original, really. But then I tried them, and there were a few things that didn't work out in the right hand, and so I'm gonna explain what my solution was for that. But let's start by mixing real quick the left hand. So let's start with the only real variation compared to a Boulevardier, and that will be the use of mole bitters, which are spicy chocolate bitters. Now I found several recipes online, and some of them use mole bitters and some of them use chocolate bitters. I use both because my mole bitters are handmade using the recipe from Serious Eats. They don't quite have that big chocolatey flavor that something like the Scrappies chocolate bitters do. So by using both, I get thick, nice chocolate flavor from the Scrappies and right amount of spiciness from my version I made at home. Now that we have one dash of each, we go on to prepare this simple variation, and it's gonna use 22.5 milliliters or 3/4 of an ounce of red bitters. In this case, I think Campari works fine. Then 22.5 milliliters of sweet vermouth, and Antica Formula works fine here. And 45 milliliters or 1 ounce and a half of bourbon, and I'm using Maker's Mark for something classic and good and with the right price. Now we just get some ice and we give this cocktail with the largely, definitely unimaginative name a stir. Really, what's right hand and left hand? Who came up with these names? I mean, and then all the thing that I can associate with this name is stuff I don't really like. One meaning you can have with left hand and right hand is left hand drive and right hand drive. So cool. And another thing they make me think of, it's, I don't know, a Nazi salute for right hand and a communist salute for the left hand. I don't know, it's really not that appealing names. So let's strain this in a chilled coupe. Let's express some orange peel and let's decorate it with a maraschino cherry. Might as well. Actually, I'm opening this Fabri. Let's see if they are small as the ones I got in Italy or if they are bigger. They are fairly small. Maybe the 2023 batch of Fabri cherries were just smaller than the years before. Anyway, here we go. A left hand, simple Negroni Boulevardier variation from Milk and Honey. Forgot to say cheers. Cheers. Yeah, this is fine. It's good. It's a good Boulevardier. I love Boulevardier. The difference is really minimal. Yeah, you get less bitter and vermouth compared to amount of bourbon that's inside. You get the dash of more bitters that's there. Give us slight touch. But really, this is a Boulevardier served straight up. Nothing less, nothing more. Boulevardier is good. I love Boulevardiers. Yeah, there is the touch of spiciness from the more bitters. That's nice. I think you can up the amount of chocolate bitters, but that's really down to personal preference. I think you can go as up as 4 dashes of chocolate bitters. More bitter wise, I would say 1 or 2 maximum dashes. But that's about it. Good cocktail. Nothing else to say. Hi, here is Giulio from the future. Let me give you some more insight I gained on the left hand. After I shot the video, but before I edited it, I've been to an event about Angel's Envy. Angel's Envy got bought by Bacardi, and now they are treating like it's a new product. Anyway, we have this event with Rogerio Igarashi, one of the coolest, best, most experienced bartender in Japan. And in this event he was making a few drinks. The thing is, he was making one drink for one person, and then the other 50 guests, they will get like mini shots. But when he mixed the left hand, I raised my hand, I'm like, I want it. And he brought it to me, and it was really good. And his solution to fixing the recipe of the left hand was to use 30 milliliters of bourbon, in that case Angel's Envy, 20 milliliters of red vermouth, Martini Rosso, and 20 milliliters of bitter. But instead of Campari, he used Tempus Fugit Gran Classico bitter, and that gave a whole different nuance to the thing. Also 3 drops of chocolate bitters. It was a really good drink. But again, I don't think it was due to the presence of Angel's Envy. I think it would have been equally good with less fancy bourbon, but I attribute the excellence of that drink to the use of the slightly different ratios and the Gran Classico bitter, which costs a fortune, but I will eventually get my hands on one. Possibly. Maybe. Now let's get down to mixing the right hand. And again, I'm gonna use the same bitters mixture. 1 dash of more bitters and 1 dash of chocolate bitters. Again, this gives me the best flavor possible. Then, as for the vermouth, I found that the Antica formula was a bit too strong, and the word of the game for this cocktail is gonna be smooth. We are gonna smoothen it out by using a slightly milder vermouth, in this La Copa Rojo from González Bias, in the amount of 22.5 milliliters or 3/4 of an ounce. Then also I found the Campari to be a bit too sharp in this version of the cocktail. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split the 22.5 milliliters of bitters between 15 of Campari, or slightly less, something, yeah, about 15, and the rest up to 22.5 milliliters of this Cappelletti Aperitivo. This is another red bitter from Italy. The problem with these bitters is, yes, they are mellower than the Campari, but they are too sweet, too much sugar. So by blending the two, I achieve a good balance of bitterness and sweetness. If you have something in between these two, like a Select, for example, bitter, just use the Select, and you are not gonna have to do this blending of bitters. And then as for our rum, I have a Diplomatico Reserva Esclusiva 40% ABV, which also is mild, smooth, not too strong, good flavors, but Nothing that jumps at you, nothing agricole, nothing Jamaican, esters, a nice, decent, rounded rum. Then we get some ice for our mixing glass. And we stir. Going back to the silliness of the right hand, left hand names, another meaning you can find is the one in mysticism of right hand path and left hand path. Left hand path is the one of the Satanist unconventional religions, and there is a famous album by Entombed, a staple of melodic death metal. Was it no, it's not melodic, it's death metal. No, yeah, I think it's death metal. It's the origin of the Bad Soul HM2 heavy metal pedal from Boss. But that's the best thing we can say about the left hand path, because then it's a whole bunch of bullshit about mysticism. The right hand path on the other side will be the one associated with more traditional religions like Judaism, Christianity. Yeah, you got the idea. Let's strain this in a chilled coupe. Let's express again some orange peel. The orange is okay this time. Smells definitely better than last time I used an orange. And should we have a maraschino cherry for here too? Oh, let's have a maraschino cherry for here. Super tiny. And there you go, a right hand. Simple Negroni variation featuring rum. Cheers. Yeah, this is nice. By adjusting the bitters in this way and changing to a lighter vermouth and a light, let's say smooth round rum, this cocktail comes out really good. And he has a bit more personality than you would think from the description of simple Negroni variation. Let me have one more sip of left hand. Left hand is basically Boulevardier. While the right hand, specified in this way, it's really nice. It has lots of chocolate going on, both from the chocolate bitters and from this rum. And you really have to cut off on the spiciness of the Campari, otherwise it's gonna kill the other nuances of flavor going on inside here. Still a terrible name for a cocktail. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, share with anybody you like and don't like, steal yourself another Boulevardier variation, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers! While working on this video, I was like, should I work on a mix between these two cocktails and call it the ambidextrous? That's gonna be fun. And people already thought about it online. It's a simple mix of the two. So let's do it. Let's try if we mix these two cocktails. Well, I was gonna taste. Cheers. And the answer is, tastes generic. It doesn't have a focus anymore, which is exactly what would you expect when you mix two things at random. I'm pretty sure if you search carefully types of vermouth, types of bourbon that will match the type of rum, you could get something interesting. But just done like this, it's not good. I mean, it's okay, but it's less good than what we started with. which is not the purpose of blending. Yeah, you can definitely go through the process I went through with Between the Sheets, where to make the cocktail work, I really chose carefully the brandy, the rum, the gin to use in each of the version of the Between the Sheets. If you do the process, I'm pretty sure you can get something great here. But this is not the case. Anyway, I'm gonna drink this. I will never throw it away. It's still decent.